Hello and welcome back to the channel. There is a new report that says that the U.S. government is watching you all of the time. New documents are showing this, but if you are one of those who pays attention to what's happening around you, this is information you already know. This comes as no surprise to those of you who have eyes wide open. So it's not news to me that the government is watching people all of the time. So these new documents are just another report to keep people aware, especially those who I call sleepers. So let's get into what this is exactly talking about. It says new documents show again. Notice they say again, okay, because this is not new information at all. But new documents show again that the U.S. government is watching you all the time. So they're saying that it's about time we pass the Fourth Amendment. Okay? It's about time we pass the Fourth Amendment. That's Not for Sale Act. Okay? So there are some people who are already showing, look, I don't agree with this. Right? So over the past few years, there have been quite a few bombshell reports related to smartphone tracking by the United States government. Essentially, government officials legally buy location data on the open market and use that data to monitor citizens. This loophole allows officials to bypass the need for a warrant when tracking, listen to this, y'all, when tracking specific individuals. So at any time, if you come on their radar for whatever reason, they can use this information to track specific individuals. It says now new documents obtained by the American Civil Liberties Union, or the ACLU, via TechCrunch throw more gasoline onto the fire. The ACLU says the documents obtained through an ongoing Freedom of Information Act lawsuit reveal a staggering amount of tracking. So the documents show that over 3 days in 2018, Customs and Border Protection obtained records containing nearly 114,000 location points in the United States. That's more than 26 locations tracked per minute. These documents further prove that we need to pass the bipartisan Fourth Amendment is Not for Sale Act. This act purports to put a stop to shady data brokers buying and selling Americans' constitutional rights. The Fourth Amendment protects U.S. citizens from unreasonable search and seizure. Fourth Amendment is Not for Sale Act. What would it stop? Okay, so let's look into this. It says in the case of these recent unearthed documents, the U.S. government worked with a company called Ventel. This company skims user data off popular smartphone apps. It then aggregates that data and sells it to anyone who wants to buy. Ostensibly, those customers should be using it for business purposes, with advertisers being an obvious example. However, government agencies can swoop in and buy the data as well. Even though there isn't any personally identifying information in the data, that doesn't stop officials from being able to make deductions. For example, if a data point sends or spends 12 hours a day at an address and then spends 8 hours a day at a place of business, it wouldn't be difficult to deduce who that person is based on easily obtained address records and linked profiles. Meaning, part of that time they're probably spending at home, part of that time they're probably spending at work. Okay? So it says the Fourth Amendment is Not for Sale Act would put a stop to this by essentially banning the ability of the government to purchase the data. Instead, the government would need to go through the usual channels, which would mean obtaining a warrant, just like it would need to do to physically search a person's home. The bill is spearheaded by Senators Ron Wyden of Oregon and Rand Paul of Kentucky. It already has the support of 18 other senators. So, again, anyone who's paying attention is not surprised nor shocked by this at all, because this is what's happening in the world. They are monitoring everything that you do. It's not just through cell phones, but there are other things as well. All of our activity on the internet is recorded and logged somewhere, right? This is what this AI tracking is all about. We have essentially signed up for this. When they introduce this stuff to us or to society says, "Ooh, wow, look at all the bells and whistles. Look at all the glistening gold and glimmering shine." People are so excited by new technology, but they don't realize that new technology can be used against them. That the government buys into this technology and funds this technology so that they can use it against the population. You see, so essentially people are signing up for this, and we have no idea what we've gotten ourselves into until we start to see more and more of this stuff unfold, right? And so it is unfolding quickly. It's unfolding very fast. And so when we see these movies like Minority Report and the series Person of Interest, right? Fringe, and all of these other things. There was a series out called Jericho, and then another one called Revolution. When we see these things, we begin to realize that they're telling us, hey, look, this is what we're doing. You know that show you like, that movie you watched, that program you look at? We told you right there, this is what we're doing. I think Minority Report is one of the most interesting. Well, not just that one, because even Person of Interest, I mean, they have cameras everywhere. And there was even, in the show, they were showing how technology can tap into someone's individual handheld device, to access some information that they're trying to hear from someone nearby, right? We think this stuff is all just in the movies and that it won't affect us or it can't affect us. But what do you see happening? What do you think is happening when all of this new technology, oh, look what we are rolling out. New documents show that the U.S. government, this stuff ain't new, y'all. They've been working on this stuff for a long time. They're just perfecting it now. That's all that's happening. That's what we see happening. They are perfecting it. So anyway, I wanted to share this report with you all, keeping you in the loop on the things that we find out. Thanks to those who share information with us as well. We are grateful for that. But anyway, keep your eyes open, right? And your ears on tilt. Until next time, I'm out. Comments, like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.